It is very cool to catch up with this guy. Very excited to finally have Garet Williamson making his way down under. He gets in pretty well this time next week, and he's catching up to race with Tim Van Ginniken, which I'm really excited about. So, Garet Williamson, only one more week to go, mate. You must be pumped.
I'm very excited. I've kind of booked up this week of stuff to do all week, so it doesn't go by forever, at least slow. Oh, hold on, my phone just about
I
fell.
like your helmet
But
collection on the wall. Show me what you got there. What's going on there?
um, got my first Knoxville wind helmet, an old helmet from Micros that says "Thanks, Pops" on the back to my grandpa. There's a helmet from this year. This is my first sprint car wind helmet.
Yep.
Um, I got this one down here. It was a Bell helmet from my guys at
Oh,
Bell. They do sweet work. That was
yep.
from this year in Chili Bowl.
Yep.
That's all I got here right now. So gotta keep collecting.
So,
I'm gonna start.
did
Ooh,
Tony Bockoven send you the commentary of the last two laps or so of your first ever A main win?
yep, he did. That was pretty cool. I didn't know he did that, so that was a cool surprise.
Yeah. How long ago was that? When was the first win at Knoxville?
May or June, I think, something like. I have the trophy in here. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it doesn't say it on here. I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't say.
I'm surprised you haven't got it like a tattoo or something,
A little
mate. You
tattoo
know,
on it. I
like,
don't. I do have the trophy right here, but I don't think it says it on here. Doesn't say it on here.
okay. What do you remember about that?
Um, all of it.
At
All
what
of it.
point,
I
at
that
what
was.
point did you think I've got this?
I don't really think. I don't think that crossed my mind. We were really good in the A main that night. We didn't have an exceptionally great night, but we came off the front row of the A, which was huge there for some reason this year. Just the way the track was this year, track position was huge, and we
Yep.
came off the front. We came off the front row, and I knew then we had a good shot. I was started next to Jamie Ball on the front row outside. The first restart, he got me into one, and couldn't let that happen again because I knew beating him into one would have been a big part of winning that race. In the second restart, I got a really good uh, jump and beat him into one. Sorry, Cam came in to say something, but
No worries.
yeah, beat him into one, and kind of from there just led and knew I had to get through lap traffic big or quickly, and felt like I did that fairly well, and then kind of got hung up towards the end, and the 87 got really close. I heard him; it was coming to the checkered. I could hear him on the outside of me, or going into three, I could hear him, and I kind of knew he had to have a big run. I kept checking the board to see what the big impact 4800 board for David's beautiful board, and I think most of us there watch that quite a bit. It's a big help, just kind of like at Chili Bowl or the other tracks that we can kind of catch out the corner of our eyes. Plays a really big factor in a race. But yeah, I watched that, and he was never close to the end, and slid myself through three and four, and that kind of sealed the deal, which was cool to get that first win there. Was really cool.
Yeah, it's an amazing. You go down in history now, mate. You're a Knoxville
Yep,
A main winner.
yep. I got one in a 360 and 410, so I feel like that's pretty cool to do. And yeah, I never really thought I would ever get that far to win at Knoxville. It just seems so far fetched to me. Just such a historic place and a hard place to race at any time of the year, weekly when the Outlaws come, or just everyone there is so good. The field is so deep. You got 30 plus cars almost every week, and there's a lot of guys that can win. It's a very, very hard place to get around.
So, is that the biggest place you race?
Um, yeah, I think we go to places that are faster, that seem faster, but yeah, I think it's one of the bigger places. I think I-70 to me feels bigger and faster. We went to Salina this year with high limit, and that place was felt wicked fast. That was probably the fastest to me what anything had felt like. And but I think I hear Volusia's kind of the same, so I haven't been there. Hopefully, Florida will get to go there.
So, where is Columbia, Missouri in terms of St. Louis compared to like wherever?
Right in the middle of St. Louis and Kansas City, smack dab in the middle on 70. So right in the middle of the state.
Okay. Wow.
Not too far from California, Missouri, Double X Speedway.
Yeah, it's funny,
And
isn't it?
then, yeah,
Columbia, California, all these places that are places within Missouri.
yep, yeah. So not too far from there. I-70, I-55. Not too far from some really cool racetracks.
How did it come about that you became in contact with Tim Van Ginniken?
So I'm for some reason I always have Australians working for me, and I've met one of my best friends came over here and worked for me a few years ago, and then this past year I had another Corey. Both the kids that have came over have been named Corey, but Corey, I don't know how to say his last name properly. Corey Brofman. He works for Matt Eagle's crew chief. That'll be a little
Yep.
bit easier. But
Yep.
yeah, he came over worked for me this year and got to be really good buddies. And he's known that I've wanted to go over there and race, just like every one of us race car drivers wants to go. But I really put some pressure on him. I was like, hey, like find me a ride. I want to come over bad. Is there anyone you can think of? And he kind of went through his friend list, and he's like, oh, there's this guy over there, Tim, or TVG is what he referenced. And I was like, who is
Yep.
that?
Yep.
And then ended up just got in contact with him through Corey, and then shot him a message and was like, hey, just blah, blah, blah. I'd really like to come over. I heard that you might have some equipment, and is there anything we could work out? And kind of just from there, we just kind of, this was, I guess Corey came in April. He was here April and left right before nationals. So this has been 6, 7, probably 5, 6 months in the making. And I figured if I was going to do it, it kind of needed to be that way, not last minute. So want to try to get a good jump on doing it if it was going to be possible. And yeah, we've been
Yeah.
planning this for a long time, and it's seemed like such a far away. It's taking forever. Like, man, it's never going to get here, and it's kind of all gotten here really fast now, and it's here. It's next week, so I'm really excited to go over there and race and see the culture and just honestly just take it all in. It's such a neat experience to be able to do this, and can't thank Tim, their whole family, all his partners enough for just letting some random guy message you on Facebook and give me a chance. So it's really cool. I've talked to Tim a lot from since we started this until now. We've talked a lot, and I'm excited to see his son Chase race and just kind of hang out and have a good time.
So the coolest part about all this for you is that you're picking the time to come when the I-55 copy Thomas
Yep.
Speedway. You are going to have probably more experience than a lot of people at that place, and yet nobody's ever raced there before. So how cool is it that a place that is so iconically Missouri is going to be, and it is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, is GPS mapped the same?
I'm pumped for that. I feel like I get around I-55 pretty good and always love going there. So it's pretty cool to go over there, and everyone's always everything's so different there. But lucky enough that I get to go to supposedly everyone said it's the same, and obviously you just said it. So something similar to back home. I think that'll be really good for me, and hopefully just won't be as big of a learning curve to try to learn on that quick, and hopefully get it out and get our feet wet and be fast out of the box.
The Murray Bridge Borderline Speedway, which is different to Bordertown, which is the third
Yep.
round, and Avalon Raceway are flat and bull
Yep.
rings, like elbows up. But
Yep.
we don't have anywhere near the banking culture in Australia that you have in the States.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a bit of everything. And I would say that you'd be well aware of Premier Speedway. You don't say
Yep.
Premier. Americans can't say
Yeah. Yeah.
Premier.
Premiere.
Premier.
Yeah. I'll struggle with that one.
Yeah, I'll learn you. With the classic, you'd be aware of that place. So have you watched much YouTube and stuff on these places?
Yeah. I think if you go out into my living room and hit the history on YouTube, it's more Australian races than American. So yeah, I'm trying to do my homework and watch as much as I can. So it's not too well, obviously I feel like it'd still be a big learning curve and shock, but just trying to be familiar. Not even this year. I feel like I watched Australian races most winters, and I feel like I pay attention quite a bit. Just obviously there's nothing to do here, but it's always good racing, and the
Yeah.
racing's exciting. So I'm really looking forward to it.
How do you start with a baseline setup, Garet? Obviously, you've been talking to TVG a lot about, because he's a racer himself. So that's another cool
Yeah.
thing that. So do you go, this is how I like the car? Are you bringing your own shocks? Like, what are
Um,
you doing?
no, he runs FKs, and that's what I run here. And we're running triple X's, and I'm on Maxims here. So I think everything's going to be kind of new. So I'm really not, as a driver, I'm really not too picky. I don't come in, and even here in different cars I've ran here, I'm not too picky. I kind of get in, feel what I feel, and try to be better from there and make myself better and then give good feedback. So I don't think there's in my situation, I'm not going to come in and ask for a certain way, and I'll just kind of see what he has in mind. And I feel like as a driver, I can kind of give good feedback to get us close. But Tim knows his way around, and he has enough people in his circle to make us go fast. So I think we shouldn't struggle too bad. Hopefully, this is me wishful thinking, but he knows what he's doing. They built really nice race cars, and I think we should be fast.
Through your time racing at Knoxville specifically, you've had a lot of exposure to Aussie drivers, and the ones that you've had exposure to are badasses. Like
Yeah,
Kerry Madsen right off the very
yeah,
top, but of course, James McFadden, Scott Boguski, Linton Jeffrey. There are so many guys that regularly, ran at the Knoxville
yeah.
Raceway. So I think that our culture down here is pretty stout.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good race car drivers that come from over there and race, and really exciting to watch. And yeah, it's always been fun to meet guys from over there and just hear what they have to say about our racing and how everything is over there and how you guys do stuff there. And I don't know if excited, but just all the different ways I've heard how tracks are run. It seems almost more advanced to me how you guys have your racetracks ran, and just the safety. I don't know the right words. I'm just everything that goes into the protocol seems a lot more advanced
Yeah.
than how it is here. So that's going to be a lot different to me. I actually got to go do my physical and for Speedway Australia probably this week. So got to go do all
Yeah.
that, which is new and a lot different. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's something really cool that I wish we over here would learn from and kind of up our program in a sense.
There's definitely a balance between the way that America does it and Australia does it, and I think the best
Yeah,
result is somewhere in the middle because we
yeah,
we are definitely up here when it comes to
yeah,
the technical side of racing
yeah,
regulations, and we have a thing called primary cause. Where if you go in there and slide someone or someone slides you and takes you out, in America you just go and fix it up next week. Whereas down here,
yeah.
if someone is deemed to be the reason that the stoppage happened, you're going to the back. So there is some, yeah.
Really.
Hmm.
I did not know that. Yeah, there's a lot. I what I've heard is it is very strict over there, which, like you said, I think there is a room for happy medium there. But
Yeah.
over here, I feel like there's definitely growth to be had. So, yeah, I don't think my opinion would matter, but I am excited just to see the difference, and maybe one day I could use what I learned from over there. But yeah, just obviously, like I said, just super excited.
Now, when you land on Thursday, you'll be coming straight out to Essendon, which is another smaller airport just off to the side of there, where we're shooting some really cool promo inside a big aircraft hangar with all of the pro contracted Speedweek drivers, and we shoot some cool TV and some great images. So you'll find that we are very fan focused. We
Yeah,
really need to present, a
yeah,
package.
that's huge. I think that's something that really could grow that grows racing and getting everyone involved, and especially the fans. It's really the reason what I'm able to do, and just like many other race car drivers, to go to different countries and race and have big events. I feel like that's kind of what makes racing this big events and getting everyone involved. And what I hear about the fan appreciation day at the
Yep.
classic, I'm really excited to see. They said it's everyone I've talked to. There's like I'm like, is it really what? And everyone's like, yes, it is everything you could think of and more. So I'm really excited to see that. And yeah, I feel like there's just going to be a lot of new things I get to see.
We had a very cool promo recently where they raced sprint cars in the city of Adelaide. I'm sure that you tuned in and saw
Yep,
the Napa Speedway and the
yep,
city concept. And we've got a brand new sponsor in Brandt Agriculture, which are
yep.
huge supporters of what we do as well. Where does your history and love of sprint car racing come from, Garrett? Why are you a sprint car racer?
My grandfather, he actually raced modifieds, and then he raced modifieds. They built their own, and me and my cousin and my uncle raced modifieds, and then me and my cousin were growing up. It was time to race something that we could do, so we started in karts. I was 4, running karts, and then it was time to go somewhere from there. Not as cool as your guys' karts. I do love watching your guys' karts. They're way cooler than what we have here. But anyway, off subject. Time we got into junior sprints after that, and then junior sprints, and then the kind of love with sprint car racing is kind of where that came from. Just being around junior sprints and being at the racetrack with micros, and you kind of obviously want to go that route, and fell in love with it there. And for some reason, thought it would be cool to be a race car driver. Carl Edwards, I don't know if you know who that is. He's a NASCAR driver. He's
Yeah.
retired, but he's from Colombia, and my grandpa knew them, raced with their family, and I always idolized him growing up. And being a famous race car driver would be cool. And then they probably should have led me in a different direction, because we obviously never had the funds to do it in the way kids do it now and have big funding, and it's almost pay to play, what a lot of kids do nowadays. But
Yeah.
just kind of kept on the grind of wanting to do it, and caught some really lucky breaks at the right time to keep me motivated to keep doing it. And here we are. I don't even know how many years later it is, but it's been a long time, and got to finally run a sprint car when I was 20. and which is I feel like really late to what kids are doing it now, but nonetheless it happened, and which even lit the fire more to keep doing it and want to be a race car driver.
What are you looking forward to about Australia that's not racing related? What are some things that you want to tick off your list?
Everything, just soak it all in. I think just go to the beach. I think just see the culture and see. I'm really intrigued. Just see how other people live in just a different society than America. America just everyone talks about America, but I think really cool to see how other people live and just the way the world works.
Yeah, kangaroos, cold beers, the beach.
Yeah,
Um, you
yeah,
know,
kangaroos. I want to bring my golf clubs really bad, but I've already got too many check bags, so I don't think I'm going to check one more. Maybe I can find some to rent.
oh, I'm sure that people will lend you the clubs, mate. I'm super excited. I get to spend a bit of time with you at Knoxville every year, and I love the way you go
Yep.
about your program. And ironically, we caught up in North Dakota the last time I saw you. I think it was up at like
Yeah.
Forks or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was that River
Yeah,
Cities or Grand
yeah,
Forks? It was one of the two.
both.
Yep. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that
Yep,
place is
somewhere.
epic. That River Cities place.
Yeah, that's a cool racetrack.
Yeah,
Were
no.
you was that the night that it rained, like on and off, or was that a different night?
No, it would be different because it was pretty well straight through because I was there with the
Gotcha.
Eisenshank girls with their late model program and also with
Yep.
Donnie obviously racing and
Yep.
I love the fact in our sport, Garrett, that you and I can hang out in North Dakota, in Iowa, in Missouri, and then in Murray
Yep.
Bridge,
Yeah.
in Border Town, Mount Gambier, South Australia, Avalon Raceway in Lara, and Warrnambool Premier Speedway. So I love that we can do that.
Yeah, very cool. Just so many places you make so many connections, and you just pick up right where you left off the last time you seen somebody. Like there was no 7 months in between.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm really amped. Looking forward to seeing you. Now, do you drink coffee?
I do.
Okay, so
But there's the
Americans
only
make,
problem is
yeah.
I drink coffee when it's cold, and it's not gonna be cold over there. I drink iced coffee though, so I guess I can make that work over there.
So it's widely accepted that Aussies are coffee snobs, right? We drink
Uh-huh.
great coffee. There's a difference between
Uh-huh.
great coffee and shit coffee. And I got to be honest, Americans, as a general rule, don't know what good coffee is. So I'm looking forward to tuning you up because you're going to need one when you get off that plane after like 20 odd hours of
Yeah, I'm not looking for. I don't do good sitting still for that long, so I don't know what I'm gonna
watch
do for that.
movies.
But yeah, yeah, I think it'll go by really quick on the way there, but on the way back, I have to do it twice. I fly home for Chili Bowl, then fly back for the Classic, so that's gonna suck.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
well, mate,
busy.
listen to what you just said. Oh, well, it's going to suck. I got to fly home for the chili bowl.
Yeah, listen to me.
Really? First world
Yeah,
problems.
yeah, literally. I shouldn't be complaining because this is all I've ever dreamed of as a kid is to do stuff like this. So
Yeah.
race as much as I can and whenever I can. I don't think there's a car that'd say no to racing. I love racing. I love going fast. I love competing. So anytime I can race something, I will.
Sounds awesome. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday, mate. Brandt Sprintcar Speedweek kicks off on the 26th of December. Then 27th, we head to Tolma Speedway, Bordertown. The 28th is Borderline Speedway, Mount Gambier. The 30th is Avalon Raceway. The first is, of course, Premier Speedway, Warrnambool. You have Max's race in between to get your head
Yep.
around that, which credits one of the legends of our sport, Max Dumpney, and you would have raced against his boy Marcus.
Yep.
So
I've been talking to Marcus quite a bit. Me and Marcus are friends, and he's helping me get all my t-shirt stuff lined out through All Star Graphics. So yeah, getting all that sorted out. But yeah, I talked to Marcus quite a bit.
yeah, gonna be awesome, mate. Have a fantastic trip down. Be safe in the next week, and I look forward to giving you a decent coffee when you get in on Thursday. Okay.
Thank that and what's the beer? Great Shark or Land Shark or something? I
The
can't something Shark.
the
There's
beer
a beer. Yeah.
shark.
Great
I
no
know,
Great Northern. Great
Great
Northern. Is
Northern.
that
Oh,
right?
that's where you get the
Yep.
shark thing from. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the Great
Yeah.
Northern.
That I like those. I had Veal gave me one of those when we were in California and I liked it. So I'll have to have one of those from there.
Yeah, mate.
That and
I might get into a little bit of this at some point as well. A bit of methanol moonshine, homegrown down here. Okay.
okay, big nut. That and Tim Tams. I like those.
Oh yeah, Tim. Yeah, Tim. See,
Yep.
you're already part Australian, mate.
Yep. Yep. I make the boys bring me those every time they come back.
Well, you'll have to take a bunch home yourself this time. I
Yep.
will see you in a week's time, mate. Looking forward to having you on Brandt Sprintcar Speedweek. Garet Williamson, great to talk to you, mate.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Wade. See you soon.
Get some sleep. You're going to need it.
Yep. See ya.